your brain, you're in the nerds domain. Come on in, it's about to begin.
Good morning and welcome to Nerds Domain. I'm Matt Quiet and I'm here live at GenCon with Bradley Cummings with Shenandoah Studios. We're going to talk about Battle of the Bulge, the iPad game. So, Brad, what can you tell me about Battle of the Bulge?
Sure. Battle of the Bulge is the first game from Shenandoah Studio, which was a company started a few years ago. We wanted to bring classic tabletop experiences to iPad, and we're tabletop gamers. We like it, but we knew that the iPad was a great way to enjoy those experiences.
Yeah.
And so, Battle of the Bulge is an original kind of tabletop style war game for iPad. It actually, if you could print out everything and play it on a tabletop. It's designed by John Butterfield, who is a kind of classic war game designer. And basically, players either play as the Axis or the Allies in the Battle of the Bulge and command different units over several days to try to accomplish their goals. So the Allies are trying to hold Axis back, and the Axis are trying to push and cross the Meuse River.
Okay. What kind of troops do you have in Battle of the Bulge?
Yeah, so you've got a few different types of units. We've got armored units, obviously tanks, which are a lot of fun, and you also have infantry units, and then also cavalry units or mobilized infantry.
Okay.
Which are usually not very strong, but have a high value of movement, which can help you cut off supply, which is really important in the game that you stay in supply, that you've got your lines covered, and then there's also certain elite units which are stronger and get some bonuses in combat.
Okay. And it looks like the map is pretty historically accurate, that what we're looking at now. And you showed me a couple of things. It looks like history is a big part of this. It doesn't necessarily have to be part of the game, but it is in there.
Yeah, definitely. We, kind of in the classic wargaming style, historical wargaming style, we have a lot of respect for the history. We tried to make it as historically accurate as possible. Obviously, we want it to be fun, number one, but we want to make it work historically as well. And we've really, we've also included a lot of historical documents and photos that you can look at in the game. You don't have to look at them, but they're there if you want to, read more about the Battle of the Bulge. So it can be an educational experience as well as entertainment.
So so the basic idea is that there are multiple scenarios in this, right? And to get all the way, and the one you showed me was to get all the way over to a river.
Right.
But you said that turns are variable. You can have a different number of turns each day.
Yeah. So the game is split into a series of rounds, which we call days, since that's how we've decided to divide it up, is by day. And within that day, you are allowed to make moves from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. 0600 to 1800, if you want to refer to it that way. And basically, each time you make an action, which a single turn by a player is to pick one area on the board and command all the units in that area, so they can move, they can battle, etc. You do that action, and then after that, a variable amount of time happens. So it could have taken 2 hours of the day, it could have taken 1, it could have taken 0 time, which the Allies hate to see, or it could have taken 30 minutes. And any of those variables allow you to not really know how many turns you're going to get in the game.
Okay.
So you might not be able to command all your units that day. So you got to be really thinking about, okay, what do I need to do first? Or sometimes you just have to choose between two good options and just hope that you pick the right one.
Okay. And so the idea is this is Germans or the Axis versus the Allies.
Right.
And the Axis is trying to move quickly and get as many turns as possible, and the Allies are trying to slow them down and give them as few turns as possible.
Exactly.
Okay.
And in the full campaign, there's victory point areas where both sides are trying to capture certain victory point areas, and whereas in the short game, it's more of a learning scenario. You have 3 days to either get there or 3 days to hold them.
Okay. All right. So what is the price point on this on the iOS?
So there's a light version you can check out. But the price point is $9.99.
Okay.
And yeah, it's available now. It's been out for 8 months. We got a great community, both playing AI games against the AI, also playing online. It's pretty fun with Game Center.
Okay. And so will there be any expansions to this? Any buy-ins later?
Yeah, so we actually right now have a few in-app purchases of a new scenario, which is called Bitter End. It kind of starts you in the middle of the battle where it historically was, and both sides are kind of in sticky situations.
Okay.
And then there's also some new generals or AI opponents to play against.
Okay.
So our AI is not based on difficulty necessarily. We don't have like an easy, medium, hard. We have personalities. So one may be less challenging to you because of the way it plays, whereas another one may be more because it's making different types of choices.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about one of your other games.
Sure.
Looks like Gettysburg?
Yeah. So we recently just had a Kickstarter for a game called Gettysburg: The Tide Turns. We went to Kickstarter this time. We went to Kickstarter for Battle of the Bulge, really successful. It helped us build our community. We came back because Gettysburg is kind of a new type of game for us. It's going to be a hex-based war game on iPad. Different genre, different art style. We've actually brought in a new team to help us with it, so we went to Kickstarter to kind of make sure the market was there and get people's support to help us.
Absolutely. Okay, and so that Kickstarter has wrapped up?
It has. It wrapped up at the end of, or the beginning of August, so a couple weeks ago. And the game should be coming out Q1 of next year, so we're hard at work on it.
Okay. So, do you have any idea what that's going to cost when it does come out?
We haven't decided on a price point yet. Our games definitely will always be in the more premium side of the App Store because we feel like that's, we actually don't want to be the game for every casual player. Don't get me wrong, the game is very accessible. Rather than a traditional war game, it's doing all the math for you. You don't have to worry about charts. If you want to worry about charts, they're there. But at the same time, by having a higher price point, we're getting people that have really thought about their purchase before they've done it, rather than
absolutely.
Buying it for $1 and giving us a bunch of one-star reviews.
No, absolutely. So you build specialized games for specialized people.
Exactly.
And that's who you want to sell them to. That makes perfect sense. And then you showed me Moscow. Looks like another game from you guys.
Yeah, so we're hard at work, actually. So with Battle of the Bulge, what we hope to do is build an engine that we could do other battles on more quickly. And so we have Drive on Moscow here, which is an early prototype. It's going to be available later this year. It has similar mechanics to Battle of the Bulge, but it also has some new things going on. There's weather involved, where if it's muddy or frost or snow, you'll see that on the board, and also will affect how the game plays.
Okay.
And and there's a new objective. You're trying to take Moscow, and some new units like an interesting cavalry unit, which is actually at the time they were actually still horse-mounted infantry and tanks like in one unit, so it's an interesting period in history.
So it sounds like you guys have something out, something just came out, and something that will be coming out. Sounds like you guys are pretty busy over there.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. I just started a couple months ago, and I've been busy the whole time. So.
Good. Anything else you want to tell us about? Anything coming from Shenandoah or from you, or anything else out there?
Sure. We've got actually the iPhone version of Battle of the Bulge. So if you don't have an iPad, pretty soon it's going to be a universal app. So you'll be able to, if you already got it on an iPad, you'll be able to have it on an iPhone. Or if you don't have it on an iPad, you can buy it for iPhone. And I think that's what we've got going right now.
Okay. Well, that'll do us tonight for Nerds Domain Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter @Quiet or the website @NerdsDomain. You can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/NerdsDomain. You can go over to the website and look at the Amazon link and then buy stuff through there. Same price for you. A little bit comes back to us. We have shirts on /loot, and you can head over to iTunes and drop off some reviews for us. Always stars and written word. Those are both great. And we will talk to you real soon.